Welcome to Foundations in Pre-Calculus Math 10 with Mr. Johns. Today we're going to be working on section 3.5. We're going to do a skill builder and then move right into our lesson and assignment on polynomials of the form x squared plus bx plus c. The skills we need are to combine like terms here. So if we are adding a binomial and another binomial, what we will do is basically take our 4x plus 2, we can remove the brackets because it doesn't do anything, plus 5x plus 1, and we need to organize it with like terms beside each other. So x and x are the same degree and therefore are like terms. So 4x plus 5x. Well, 4x's and 5x's gives me 9x's. We'll take our 2 and our 1, they're both just constants, so we'll put them together, and 2 plus 1 will give me 3. It gets a little trickier when there's negatives involved, like with b. 5n minus 3 plus negative n plus 6. So I can basically remove my brackets. 5n minus 3 plus negative n is like subtract n, plus 6 is like plus 6. So I'll take 5n minus n, I'll take negative 3 plus 6. 5n minus n will give me 4n. Negative 3 and positive 6 will give me 3. And what often confuses students here is the plus or minus sign in front of a number is associated with positive or negative, like with integers. So it's a little change in algebra. You can try 1c and 1d. Pause the video and see how you do. Let's look at number 2. Here we have 2m plus 5 minus m plus 3. The tricky thing here is to distribute our negative. So I'm left with 2m plus 5 minus m and minus 3. So I distributed my negative. It's like multiplying everything by negative 1. I will then organize my like terms. 2m minus m, 5 minus 3. 2m and negative m is a positive m. 5 plus negative 3 is 2. And there's my answer. Let's try one more. 5 minus 3h. Nothing will happen there. Here I have to distribute my negative, leaving me with negative 2, and negative times a negative 4h is positive 4h. Well, at this point I want to organize my like terms to put my variable at the front. So negative 3h, whoops, let's move 4h to the front, minus 3h. Then we can have our negative 2 plus 5. The order doesn't actually matter as long as our signs stay with the term. 4h minus 3h is 1h, and negative 2 plus 5 is positive 3. Now you try 2c and 2d. Now we're going to start section 3.5, which is polynomials of the form x squared plus bx plus c. Now, just to make a note, x squared plus b can be any number, like 3x, and c is any number, like 2. So b and c just represent numbers. So let's try one together. The first thing we want to do is expand a pair of binomials, which we were calling products yesterday. To do this, we're going to make a rectangle and figure out what the trinomial it makes is. So we'll think of x plus 3 as the length, x plus 3. And if we have a length of x and a length of 3, this way we're going to have a length of x again, but we're going to have 5. So what is created by the length and the height is an x squared. So we used 1 x and 3 singles for the length, and 1 x and 5 singles for the width. So this x and x make an x squared. So to make the rectangle, we use these tiles. 1 x squared. To fill these in, we'll take a bit more work. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 x's. And then we'll have lots of singles. In fact, there is 15. So x plus 3 times x plus 5 gives us x squared plus 8x plus 15. Another way to do it is to not use alg tiles, but just to multiply them. So, we'll use a rectangle diagram. We'll sketch a rectangle with a length of n and -5 here. And width, or height as I call it, n plus 7. Well, n times n is n squared. N times -5 is -5n. N times +7 is equal to 7n. And -5 times +7 is -35. So if we take all these values, n squared minus 5n plus 7n minus 35, all we need to do now is add our like terms from our skill builder. So -5n and plus 7n. 5 bad ends, 7 good ends. That will leave us with 2 good ends. And there we have it. At this point, I just want to talk about one other method I like to do this. N minus 5 times n plus 7. The first box was n times n. And I consider this the first term of each binomial. The second box here was n times +7. These are the outside terms of each binomial. Then we had -5 times n, which was the inside terms of each binomial. And then we had -5 times +7, which was the last term of each binomial. So through the process of FOIL, or first, outside, inside, last, we get n squared plus 7n minus 5n minus 35, just like we had here, leaving us with n squared plus 2n minus 35. So this is the FOIL method.